How's it going, YouTube? This is your boy Barry from Capitol Hill Trades, the #1 Discord chat in the market. Now, in this video, I'm going to give you my ThinkorSwim setup and explain how I use it, and also go over the on-demand feature that I believe a lot of beginner traders might appreciate. So let's get right to it. Alright, so once you've downloaded the app, ThinkorSwim desktop application, you're going to go ahead and log in. Of course, you can log in via live or paper trading by a click of a button. Of course, if you're new to trading, whether it's stocks or options, paper trading is definitely best because you're not risking anything and you have the same exact data. Also with ThinkorSwim, they have the settings tab where you could modify the language, the color scheme, font size, and memory usage. Rule of thumb, from what I've heard, a 1:4 ratio is actually best. Mine's a 1:6 because my 1:4 isn't available. So you could contact ThinkorSwim and they can possibly give you some guidance on that. But for now, let's get straight down to business. Alright guys, I went ahead and turned off the video capture so you can go ahead and see the full setup. First things first, guys, I'm going to need you to upload the setup. So in the YouTube description below, there's going to be a link that you're going to copy and you're going to paste it here. Click setup, go to open shared item, and you'll be able to import it. Once you do that, I'm going to need you to go ahead and save the setup just in case if you do do any modifications and you want to go back, go ahead and save the setup for your peace of mind. What I love most about this setup is the ease of using it. So the left side's dedicated to the market. The right side is dedicated to a stock that I am looking at buying or selling. Okay, so let's go ahead and focus on the left side. The left side has ES, which is futures, right? You can change this to NQ or SPY. It's whatever your preference is. I like to look at ES. Okay, so the idea about this chart is if the market's trending downward, I will love to play the downside on a stock. So just there just to validate a trade. I do have level 2, which we'll get into later. And I have this portion, which is the chart options contract. However, if you're new, disregard this. Don't even pay attention to this. This is just a learning experience for myself. So that's the reason why I have that up there. Okay. With that being said, we understand the left side. Let's go ahead and understand what we're looking at with the stock. So the stock that I have up is Tesla. You can change this to whatever stock you like, right? Nvidia, Apple. But for now, I'm just going to keep it on Tesla because that's actually what I played this morning. Okay. With Tesla, you have a time frame that you can select. If you're day trading, of course, you're going to use a 1, 5, 15-minute time frame. Other than that, when it comes to charting, you're going to use other time frames, right? Let's get into charting. So I'm going to go ahead and use the 1-hour time frame. I'm going to zoom in. And then as you can see, there is price levels that I have, trend lines that I have. So we're going to go ahead and create one of those. All you're going to have to do is down click the scroll wheel and scroll up. It's going to pull up a menu. You have pan, which is what we're using. It allows us to move the chart. You can make the candles shorter or longer, and you can also make them thinner or fatter, right? So we're going to go ahead and go to pointer. This allows you to zoom in at a particular area. It's not something that I personally use. If you do zoom out, as you can see, it only, it kind of messes everything up. Even if you zoom out more, it still makes a chart look a little bit ugly, unreadable. So what I do is I simply change it back to the time frame that I am looking at. Okay, we're going to go over trend lines now, which is this tab on the menu. Click it, and it's very easy, right? Point to point. So let's say there's a trend there that you want to take advantage of. You're able to draw it very easily. Same for the pricing level. So let's say there's a pricing level there. So you can modify this by double clicking the price level. You could change the price level to give me a number. Let's go with 197, for instance. You can change the color and you could change the style. So once you do that, you click OK, and as you can see, it moved. The same can be done with the trend line, right? Click OK. They do have a channel tab, so let's say it's trading in this channel. Oops. So there you go. So you could draw channels on this. You can just click and delete it if you don't need it anymore, right? So the charting is very, very simple, very easy. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comments and I'll get to it as soon as I can. If you want to add like any Bollinger Bands or the EMA, all you have to do is go to Edit Studies, and you can just type it in here. So let's say I want to look at the EMA, I could just move it over. Hit apply and you can go ahead and see it. You can modify this as well. It's very, very simple, guys. Let's move this. Hit apply, okay. All right. This shows you the volume that Tesla is undergoing. Red means there's selling pressure. Green means there's buying pressure. Below the chart is the news that came out. The right of the chart is showing you the orders that are actively going through as we speak, right? It shows you the quantity too. This is important because you want to play the downside when you see selling pressure on times and sells as well. So you would love to see a lot of red. We understand times and sells are the market orders that are being processed real time. Level 2 shows you the market orders that are not processed. For example, if Warren Buffett decided to buy Tesla at $170, a million shares, you'll be able to see that order on level 2 by scrolling down. Level 2 is unique in its own way. It doesn't show you the quantity being ordered. Level 2 instead gives you a number that needs to be multiplied by 100. For example, whenever you see a 1, that's 100 orders. You see a 10, that's 1,000. If you see a 4, that's what? That's 400. Now that we understand the chart, the news, times and sells, level 2, let's move on towards active trader. With active trader, this is how you buy and sell a stock or option contract. I have this set up as options. So you buy market, sell market. Those are dominantly going to be the tabs you're going to use. Let's say you have a net position of 30 contracts that you purchased and you only have 15 here. So to sell all of them, you would either have to click sell market twice, or you could sell your entire position as a market. You can select your quantity here. Why is it doing that? They do have shortcuts right here next to quantity. I wonder where it went. Let me see if it'll come back. Let me go ahead and check. Okay, cool. So I guess that's because I logged in, right? So normally you do have these orders. So let me go back to just to make sure everything's right. Okay, perfect. So you have 5, 10, 20. Moving on. Over here you have the bid, the ask, your net position, and you have the price of the contract. Now, since there are 100 stocks within a contract, you're going to have to multiply this price by 100. So this isn't $5.47 to buy this. If you purchase it, it's $547. And we should understand how the chart, times and sells, news, level 2, and active trader works. Now, allow me to show you how to execute a trade with active trader. You can easily buy or sell the quantity of stocks, but with options it works different. So with options, you go to all products. This is the option menu. You have calls over here, which means you believe the stock is going towards the upside, and puts over here, which means you believe the stock is going towards the downside. And then you have the strike price down the middle. So how do I choose which contract I like? So let's say I'm playing the upside on Tesla. I could see the bid and the ask, and the in between is a spread. So this one has a 2-cent spread, which isn't bad. In fact, Tesla is very liquid. There's open interest and volume added to this. That allows me to know which contract is liquid, so I could get in and out of a position as soon as possible. The idea is you want to buy or sell a contract that's the most liquidity. I love the 180 calls, 175 calls. Now go ahead and pause this video. If you were to play the downside, which one would you choose? So when I look at this, the 170 puts are the best option. It has the most volume and open interest. Let me talk about Delta. Delta basically states that if the stock goes down $1, the option contract moves 36 cents, which equates at $36. Hopefully that makes sense, guys. Like I said, if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down in the comments and I'll get to it as soon as I can. So the question you should be asking now is, how do you buy this contract? Well, what I do is I right click this, I send it to my active trader, which I have as number 9. Once you do that, you'll be able to execute an active trader on the amount, the total, everything. You buy market and you sell. One thing about ThinkorSwim is that you could change the option contract to whatever strike price you like, or you could switch it to calls by deleting the P and typing in C for calls, right? Alright guys, so in summary, we have the left side to watch the market and the right side dedicated to watching one stock and buying or selling it. Right? If you have any questions, please do them, leave them in the comments below. Alright guys, this is an on-demand feature. I don't have my Amazon contracts ready, so let's say I want to play the upside. I'll simply go to all products. The 130 contracts look great. And then let's see what happens. I bought the dip. NQ's pushing up. Amazon is following NQ. Okay. I'm up $30. If you look at the bottom, you'll be able to see it. I'm up $40, $100 for the day. One thing with on demand is it does give you the best fills. Once you switch over to live trading, you realize your fills aren't going to be as, superb. So crack that. I'm just going to go ahead and sell, and that's $460 in my pocket. Right? So use on demand. Go ahead and perfect your trading. It's definitely recommended rather than spending or losing money during the stock market. You could go ahead and perfect your edge. And wow, Amazon is still pushing. So I went ahead and scalped that. It was beautiful for me. And anyway, if you guys have any questions, put it down in the comments. Other than that, we wish you a happy trading, and I hope you enjoyed the video.